Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today is a maaahooosive Colourpop haul. I'm not even joking, this is going to take forever, so please pause the video now, grab a snack. I'm going to try and edit this down as much as I can, but I just know this is going to take forever. I really want to swatch everything and try everything out, so hopefully this won't be too long, but please do just grab a drink or a snack or something because we might be here for a while. I also have a really little special giveaway for the end of this video, so stick around to the end if you want to know what all of that is about. I've kind of picked out things that I think would most suit any skin tone. So yeah, I picked it all out myself and I paid with my own money. Stick around to the end to find out what that giveaway is all about. And without further ado, let's get on with this haul. Okay, so the first thing I think I'm going to start with is all of the Super Shock shadows that I bought. These guys do retail for $5 US, and like the British pound equivalent of that is at the moment £3.70. So the first shadow that I got is in the shade Central Perk. As you can see, it's a very warm kind of deep brownish purple shadow. As you can see here in my swatch, I just thought it would be a really nice, very warmish brown purple. The next shade that I got is the colour Shop, and as you can see, it's just this really burnt orangey red matte colour. I thought this was absolutely stunning. So that is the shade Shop there, this really nice warm toned orangey, like kind of undertones of red in there but mostly orange. And the next shadow is Snakebite. This is just a beautiful kind of dirty bronze, a hint of gold in there, and it's just a metallic shade. As you can see, the shine on it is stunning, and as you can see, you can just see like the metallicness of that, and I just think that is an absolutely stunning shade. The next shadow that I've got here is the shade Coconut, and this is a beautiful kind of denim blue almost, and it's absolutely stunning. Kind of got like a metallic overlay, but then that real sort of bluey base. As you can see right there, it's really shiny, really metallic, and I just think once again, all over the lid and really smoked out, this colour would look really stunning, really, really beautiful. So once again, that is Coconut. And the next shade I've got here is the shade Fantasy. It's this beautiful plummy purple, and it's so metallic. The only one I have touched is the My Little Pony one that I'll show you in a second, because I think it's where it's come over the plane and like the pressure of the air. I don't know if you can see that, like the shadow pulls away from the packaging. I don't know if you can actually see that. Can you just see it just there? Like the shadow itself is kind of like shrunk, but it's absolutely fine. Like this happened to my friend as well. If you just literally just push it back into place, they're kind of like putty anyway, so the product is not ruined. So don't worry if your product does that. It's absolutely fine. Just push it back into place and it's good as new. So this is the shade Fantasy. Once again, it's coming off more pink than plummy purple, but I'm absolutely like, oh, I just cannot wait to put this all over my eyes. It's so stunning and it's so creamy. So like I just mentioned, I got a My Little Pony Colourpop shadow in the shade Sunbeam. It comes in like this purpley, like very lavender purple packaging because it's for the My Little Pony collection, but it's absolutely stunning. This is more of a lavender purple with, I'd say, a silver micro glitter running through it. But it's like a very lavender, very pale purple, and it's absolutely stunning, but I think this would be best over the top of eyeshadows. And the last Super Shock shadow I have is the shade Banana Daiquiri. I think these names are absolutely hilarious because this looks nothing like a banana daiquiri. It's this tealy, kind of greeny blue, beautiful metallic, and it's absolutely stunning. It looks like a swimming pool. Literally, how fun is this colour? It's got like that metallicness, as you can see, shining in the light there, but it is so tealy and so beautiful. I think this one and Coconut would be paired beautifully, like that would create a really nice like bluey kind of ocean eye. That would be stunning. Again, also before I move on, apparently Colourpop were late with my order. To be honest, I didn't really notice because I've got to wait longer anyway for it to come over to the UK. But because they were late, they literally included a, look, sorry we're late, XOXO Colourpop. And I just think that's such a lovely thing to do as a brand, like to understand that, okay, you might have not been on top of your orders. So, you know, here's to you, we understand. And because they were late, I didn't even notice, they included like this, I want to say limited edition Lippie Stix. So I've lucked in a little bit there. It's this colour called Fab 5. It's this very winey purpley red. So right there is the shade Fab 5. Very, very grungy. I did actually order a ton of the Lippie Stix. I absolutely love them. I ordered 9 of them. I ordered 9 and then I got another one for being late. So I've got 10 of them now. They do retail for $5 US, so again roughly about £3.70 in British pound. So again, once you get that deal, you're paying like £2.50 for a really decent lipstick. So the first shade that I've got here is the shade Sauce. It's one of the Matte X collection. Though it doesn't feel very matte, it feels very creamy. It's just kind of this mauvey purpley colour here. As you can see, it's very beautiful. The next shade that I've got here is the shade Parker. This is also a matte. This is a beautiful, I'd say, peachy brown. It just looks like this one right here. It's really stunning. It's kind of like a biscuity brown with a hint of peach. But again, I thought it was a really nice nudie colour to just throw on the lips. The next shade I've got here is the shade Topanga. I think I'm saying that right, and this is in the satin formula. This is a beautiful peachy pink colour. It's just here. I think it's absolutely beautiful. I don't own anything quite like it. It's kind of got a hint of orangey peach in there, but it's very like, it's like a pinky peach, and I really like it. The next shade I have is the shade With the Band, and this is the Matte X formula as well. It's kind of similar to the shade Parker, but much deeper. As you can see there, this is in With the Band, or With the Band, sorry, and that was the shade Parker, so it's much deeper, and I'd say a little bit more orangey peachy, but I just thought it was a really beautiful nude. And then I have another one in the shade Aftershock. This is the Matte X formula. It's more of a pinky nude, but it's definitely more darker, deeper, and I'd say a little bit more sort of, I don't know, what's the word, like subdued purpley pink, would you say? Is that the right word? The next one I got is in the shade Button. This is a very peachy pink. I'd say it leans more peach than pink. As you can see there, just in the light, it's very peachy compared to the rest of them. As you can see, this is more like a biscuity peach, and this is like a straight up peachy pink. I really like it. I do have a lot of peachy colours. This next one is in the shade Candy Paint. This is the Matte X formula. This is definitely a very warm tone brown. As you can see there, it's very different to the rest of these browns. These are more light. This is a deeper one. It's a little bit like Taurus, which is the Kathleen Lights one. I have very like warm tone browns and cool tone browns, but I didn't have anything with like this warm toned like depth to it, you know. I didn't have one that had like a pinky undertone, so I thought it was really different. So that one was Candy Paint. Okay, so this one has just broken on me, but it still works, like it still moves up and down. I'm just gonna bear that in mind and be really careful with it. This is in the shade Taurus. This is by Kathleen Lights. I'm just gonna pop it right next to that candy paint colour that we did. So this is the shade Taurus, a very deep, true, warm brown. Got a little bit of an orange undertone. I'm so gutted that it's just broken on me. It still works, obviously. I'm just gonna have to be really careful with how I use it, and I'm absolutely obsessed by it. I think it's so stunning and it's very grungy. I'm kind of living for it. And the last one that I have here is the shade New Rules. This is in a Matte X formula. Literally, like, my whole hand is full of the same tones. Like, what is wrong with me? So this New Rules shade is kind of like a berry toned magenta-y wine, like purpley pink, and it's got a really nice formula to it. It's not too drying, and I thought it was really nice. So moving on to the next section, I got a load of Colourpop's liquid lipsticks. I'm completely obsessed by their satin formula. They've currently released like the ultra blotted lip formula in the liquid lipstick, so I picked up a few of those as well. Anyway, moving on, I bought some normal satin liquid lipsticks, and I bought a few of the blotted lips. I'll start off by swatching all the satins for you. So the first shade I've got in here is the shade Tansy. It just looks like this in the bottle, a very warm toned brown, very like orange undertones. It comes off a little bit darker on the hand than in the bottle, but that's okay for me, like I'm not really bothered by that. So the next shade that I've got is the shade Rain. Again, comes out a little bit darker on my hand than on in the tube, sorry. Again, really pretty colour, a little bit similar to the one I'm wearing on my lips, but just a little bit darker. So the next shade that I've got here is the shade Srtut. This comes out, I'd say, pretty true to in the tube. It's a little bit lighter again in the tube, but this is kind of like a grey toned nude. I'd actually say it's probably just a straight up nude, to be honest. It's not got too much pink, it's not got too much brown. It's got like that hint of, I wouldn't say like beigey grey, if that makes any sense. It's just not, it's not like lip colour, but it's a beautiful nude. So once again, this is called Srtut. Really pretty nudie colour. The next shade that I've got here is the shade Mess Around. This looks much darker on the viewfinder than it is on my hand. I would say it's kind of the same family as Srtut, like it's in the same nudie spectrum. However, this is much deeper. This is more ashy toned, very cool toned, and it's very different. Like, I don't own a lipstick quite like this. So next we have the Ultra Blotted Lip shades. Now the concept behind these is to make it look like your lips, like you've been sucking on an ice pop or something, so that your lips have kind of like been stained with a beautiful sort of strawberry shade or berry shade or whatever. So it's not meant to give you full opacity like their satin formula or their matte formula, but these are just supposed to give you like a really nice tint to the lips. So as I swatch them, they may look a little bit watery or a little bit faint, but I've never tried these out, so I was really intrigued. So I've got 4 shades here. Let's swatch them. So the first shade that I've got here is the shade Slide. It just looks like this. I'd say it's very true to the shade in the bottle. It felt very weird going on my hand. It felt like a little bit like a glossy gel, but then as it went on my hand, it felt more like the satin formula. So this is very beautiful. As you can see, it's more of a wash of colour. Like, you can definitely see my skin through that, but I actually quite like that. These are really intriguing me, and I might have to pick up more. The next shade is Double Scoop. It just looks like this. Again, very true to the bottle. Very bright, more of an orangey pink. Really, really pretty. It's actually a bit like a neon pink, I'd say. Maybe like a, I don't know, like a reddy pink. I'm so bad at describing things. But it's, again, really beautiful. And the next shade is Doozy. I think this has got to be my favourite so far. This is like a Your Lips But Better shade for me personally. Like, this is sort of the shade that my lips are naturally. And the last one is in the shade Zuma. I think it's Zuma or Zuma. It's Z-U-M-A, so I think it's Zuma. It's kind of like this very warm tone nude. Got a little bit of a hint of orangey peach in there, but it's really stunning. I think between this one and Doozy are my favourites. Like, actually they're all beautiful, to be honest. They are all beautiful. Okay, so I've got one eyeliner. I've never tried Colourpop's eyeliners before, but I've seen a lot of YouTubers say they're brilliant, so I decided to go for a colour that I don't own at all. So I went for the shade Teaspoon. It's absolutely stunning. I'm definitely going to be picking up more eyeliners. It's so creamy, like, and it's so true to the end of its like nib. So the packaging, it just looks like so, and it's got a windy up bit so that it's more of a crown, so you don't have to sharpen it. Personally, really, really like that. This again retails for $5 US, so again about £3.70 in British pounds. So I think even $3.70, like, even if you weren't to get this on sale, like, that's a really good price for a really good eyeliner. I also forgot to mention the price of the liquid lipsticks. The Blotted Lips and the like liquid lipsticks are the same sort of range. They just come in different variations of formula. These are $6 US, so that retails for roughly £4.40 in British pounds. So like I said, like, even £4.40 for this I think is an absolute steal. So when you get it on sale, it's even better. Like, oh, can't recommend enough. So the next thing I've got here are 2 of the Supernova Shadows, but can we just appreciate the packaging of this? It's just like this galaxy looking box. I just think it's stunning. It's just beautiful. So the 2 shades that I bought were Walk of Fame and Moonlit. Moonlit is this beautiful purple colour, and Walk of Fame is this very coppery bronze colour. I'll swatch them both for you now. So the purple is in the shade Moonlit, and the orangey coppery colour is in the shade Walk of Fame. These are just like so metallic and beautiful. I feel like the camera's not picking it up as beautiful as they are. They are so good to kind of chuck on top of eyeshadows. They remind me a lot of the Stila Magnificent Metals, which like retail for about £20 each. These retail for $7 US, which comes to about £5.15 in British pounds. They are so worth the money, and I will be definitely picking up more of these. So the next thing I bought were 2 of Colourpop's concealers. They come in this beautiful like nudie packaging here with all the stripes. Like, I don't know if my camera's, there you go. It comes with like, yeah, this stripy packaging, really beautiful. It just says no filter concealer on it. I've got it in 2 different shades. People seem to have like very mixed opinions on these. These retail for $6 each, so that's really, really cheap, which comes to about £4.40 in British pounds. So as you can see, I got mine in 2 very different shades. I got one in Light Neutral 15, which is this one here. I don't know if you can even see that, it's kind of like my skin colour. And then the other one is Fair 5, which is very kind of yellowy undertoned. I kind of wanted to get 2 different shades. Like, I just thought I could use one for foundation and then one for like highlighting underneath my eyes. So the next thing I got were the Pressed Powder Shadows from Colourpop. I have stacks of these. Like, I have stacks. I'll link down below my video on like all my swatches of all of my Colourpop pressed shadows. So the first shade that I got is this beautiful opalescent pearly white shade called Now and Zen, and actually upon application I didn't quite realise it has this very like light yellow reflect. I don't know if you can see that like in the camera there, but it's really beautiful and it has this beautiful reflecty colour. The next shade I have got here is Beach Blanket, a very orangey brown, perfect for a transition colour, but as you can see it's just this beautiful kind of biscuity orange brown that's not too strong, so you can just pop it through the crease and just kind of warm up any look without adding too much colour. The next shade I have here is the shade Koi, and this is far more orange. It's like, I'd say it's a kind of a mix between a tangerine orange and like a very burnt orangey brown. So that was Beach Blanket, it's a little bit more yellowy and a little bit more sort of faded, and this is Koi, much more orange, much more like that tangerine sort of shade. Really, really pretty. Okay, so the next shade that I've got here is called Tiny Tangerines. It's absolutely stunning. It's kind of like this metallic teal colour, and it just looks like this. Really, really, really beautiful. Like, oh, look at that. That is so scrummy. The next shade I have got here is this beautiful dirty yellow kind of colour, and it's got a hint of green in it as well. It's this shimmery colour. It's called Rose All Day, and it does remind me of the Kathleen Lights Colourpop collab. They're like the Super Shock shadow in Telepathy, I think it's called. I think it's called Telepathy. It's in my drawer somewhere. This next shade is the shade Dragonfly. It's like this mushroomy purple brown, kind of got like some taupe sort of undercolour there. Quite shimmery, but like kind of a satin formula. It just looks like this. It's kind of, like I said, got that very shimmery but more of a sheeny colour. Like, it's not glittery and metallic. It's more of a satin shade that would make your eyes really pop and look really kind of glossy and beautiful. The next shade I've got here is this beautiful duochrome called Tea Garden. It's kind of got a brown base and then a yellowy greeny reflect. As you can see here, you can kind of see that brown base and that yellowy reflect on top of it. Really pretty. This is a real statement shadow. You can pop this all over the lid and you wouldn't have to do much with it, just maybe pop a little colour through the crease just to blend it out. The next shade I've got here is the shade Snake Eyes. It's this beautiful kind of mushroomy taupe, but with like this silver kind of shimmer running all the way through it, very much of a metallic. It just looks like this. So as you can see, kind of that taupey brown colour, and then it has that beautiful silver running all the way through it, so it's kind of a silvery taupe. Colourpop finally came out with a matte black. I've kind of been waiting for this forever. It just looks like this. It's not as black as I was hoping it to be, if I'm going to be completely honest. It's not as pigmented as a lot of their eyeshadows, so I was a little bit disappointed by this, but nevertheless it's still a black. It would just, I think, require a little bit more building. Makeup Geek's black, I think it's called Corrupt, I think. But this, you know, that Makeup Geek black shadow is definitely more pigmented than this one. But it's still a black shadow. It's still nice. It's always handy to have a black, just to deepen out outer corners and things like that. So I thought I'd pick that one up as well. And the last shade that I've got here is the shade Glass Bull. It's kind of like this purple, but with silver and blue running through it, like this reflect. It just looks like this on the back of my hand. So as you can see, like that purple base and this bluey silver reflect, literally looks like a glass. It's stunning. These shadows only retail for $4 US, so they come to about £2.95 in British pounds, so obviously about £3. But when you get them on sale, you can get them for like £2 each, or even less than that. I think I got these for like £1.50 when you can convert it. So absolute steal. These things are lush. I love them. The next thing I got were some blushes. Now, how stunning is this packaging? Like a really beautiful, like, can you see that? It's just like this beautiful muted pinky peach, but it's got like this sort of glossy texture running through it to make it look like waves. Like, seriously, Colourpop, you're killing it with your packaging game. It's stunning. Now, these retail for $8 US, which works out to be about £5.90 in British pounds. I believe they're $6 if you don't get the compact with them. Now, I personally wanted the compact, which is literally just this white compact that says Colourpop on it, and it just comes with this mirror and this magnetic strip that you literally just pop the blush into. So it's $8 for the blush and the compact itself. I believe it is $6 if you just want the compact. So the first shade I've got here is the shade Rom-Com. It's a very candy pink. Kind of got a peachy undertone there somewhere, but it's very pink and bright. It looks beautiful, but as a swatch, I don't know if you can just see that, it's very faint. It just means that it's a little bit more buildable. Like if I put another layer on, it does intensify with colour. So these are very buildable. The blush, like the pan size itself, is really nice. So yeah, it's a really nice colour. It's a very rosy, muted pink. I really like it. The next shade I've got is the shade Why Hello. This is like a baby pink that's been very muted and brought down to almost a nudie baby pink. It just looks like this on the hand. Again, it looks, like I said, baby pink. Very buildable. The next shade I've got here is To The 10. This is probably like my favourite colour to blush, a very muted, rosy pink. It just looks like this. So once again, it's got that hint of brownie nude, very rosy, sort of toned. Really like it. Very buildable, just like the rest of them. But yeah, like a really nice natural tone to it. This shade Main Chick is definitely the most brightest of all the colours. It's very orangey and very peachy, but definitely pulls more of an orange. It looks like this. It's definitely the most pigmented out of all of them. It's very bright, like I said, but definitely with a light hand, or just like warm it up on the cheeks or mix it with one of them, it would look really beautiful. So that was the shade Main Chick. Okay, then I got two highlighters. I got one from the Holiday 2017 collection, and then I got just another one. I got the shade Boy Next Door, which is this very gold colour that might be a bit too dark for me, so I'm a bit worried about that. And then the Holiday 2017 collection, it comes in this beautiful, beautiful mint green packaging with stars all over it, just like their normal white packaging, but mint. And it's this beautiful colour right here called Touche. So I'll just swatch that for you now. It looks much like more different than the other ones. This has got like a quilted effect on it, and it does come with a mirror as well. It's definitely a softer highlight than I was expecting. I don't know if you can just about see that. Like, look how soft that is. That would look really nice and natural. It's definitely more buildable and comes off more of a goldy highlight, as you can see there. Like, you can see from all the way back here, it's still really, really pretty and really shiny. And then the next highlighter I have got is the shade Boy Next Door. It's kind of like this very light gold colour with a hint of champagne in it, but I was a bit afraid that it might be a bit too dark for my skin tone. Ooh, no, that might be beautiful. Ooh. Okay, actually it might be alright. It's a little bit chunky, but once you like push it out, it's absolutely fine. It just looks like this, like you can just about see it. There's not too much of a deep undertone. As I like pull my hand back, you can see what colour that undertone of that highlight is. Okay, and finally I got 5 eyeshadow palettes. They're all falling all over the place. I got 5 of them. Just for price, these are $16 US each, which comes to about £11.80 in British pounds. You get 12 shades in each palette, which is really great. They're a little bit smaller than these. I think these, yeah, these are 1.5, and I think the other ones are like just under a gram per pan. The You Have Me at Hello eyeshadow palette is $18 US, which retails for £13.28 British pounds. Again, you get 12 eyeshadows in here. I don't know why it's like $2 more expensive, but it is really pretty packaging. I love it. And the last one is the All I See Is Magic palette. This is part of the 2017 holiday collection. You get 15 shadows in this one, which is why it's a little bit bigger. Like, if you can see, it's just like a tiny bit bigger, and you get 3 more shadows in here as opposed to the other palettes. So this retails for $20 US and translates to £14.75 in British pounds. The packaging for these are really stunning. So first with the Yes Please palette, it just comes out of this little cardboard like sleeve. All of the palettes have all of the names of the shadows on the back, which is helpful because obviously you can't see what they are on the front. I'm not going to swatch all of these for you because I've literally been here for ages. If you want like an individual like swatching session on all these palettes, just say and I can do that for you, or I can do like a look for each palette. But these are the shades inside. They're very warm toned, orangey red colours. Then there is the Element of Surprise palette. This has got stunning packaging. It's almost like blossom all over it, and then you've obviously got the names of all the shadows on the back. And inside you have some very kind of warm toned pinky purple shade. They all have that pinky undertone, even the browns, and obviously you got this stunning like bright pink here. Really beautiful. I don't own anything quite like this, so I thought I'd give this a go. And obviously you've got like these really nice coppery colours as well. Really stunning palette. We then have the Double Entendre or Entendre palette. This has got like a very cool Like, look how much I'm blinding you. Rose gold packaging, so it just looks like this. It just has Colourpop on the front, doesn't say anything else, and then on the back it just says double entendre, and all of the names on the back. Please say if you have the Tarte Toaster palette, but I thought it was a really good dupe. Like, you've got the brown with the gold glitter running through it, you've got all the sorts of shades, so just like looking at it on the website, like the Tarte Toaster palette on the website, I thought that this looked like a really good dupe. We then have the You Had Me at Hello palette. This is a really beautiful, stunning packaging. I've just realised why this is $2 more, and that's because this one comes with a mirror. The rest of them don't come with a mirror. They literally just come with like a cardboard front like that. I don't know why this one has a mirror. I don't think like there wasn't an option to not have the mirror, but okay. Cool, we got a mirror with this one. These are really unique colours. They're very purpley and taupey based. I thought this was a really pretty palette. It's very everyday, and you could easily travel with this as well because it's got some really nice metallics in it. So I thought this was a really good palette, and also it comes with a mirror. So now I'm kind of like, oh, okay. And then lastly, we have the Holiday Collection All I See Is Magic palette. It just looks like this on the front. It just kind of has this like unicorn vibe to it with like these gold metallic like dots running through it, and then on the back again, once again we have the shades. The inside is just mint green, just like the highlighter earlier, just like this one, and then we've got like these golden speckles, like, oh, can you see that in the light? Golden speckles running all through this colour. The shades are just absolutely beautiful. This is a really good travelling palette in my opinion. You could definitely throw on these mattes just for like an everyday look, and then you've got these beautiful stunning metallics and colours that would be really great for like making the look more of an evening wear. I'm really excited to try this palette out. I'm really excited to try all of these palettes out, to be honest. Like, I've got some catching up to do with my makeup trying. So we are at the end, thank God. It's been forever. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching all of this. I really wanted to swatch everything for you so you could get a good kind of understanding of what the colours were like and what everything looked like and what the payoff was. So hopefully that was helpful. This has been a massive haul. I was tempted to split this into 2 pieces, but I'm just like, I can't be bothered. I'm just going to put it all in one. So thank you for sticking around. I have got a giveaway for you all. I ordered 4 extra shadows, a little Colourpop palette to pop those 4 shadows into. As you can see there, they're magnetic. I've got a Lippie Stick in this red colour called Love Life. And I have got a satin liquid lipstick in the shade Aquarius, which is a really beautiful nude. With these shadows, I don't know if you've seen my other Colourpop swatching video, but you can take like this foamy piece out like really carefully, and you can fit 10 Colourpop pressed shadows in there. So if you already have Colourpop, you can put some more in there, but I'll do a quick zoom up so you can just see what the giveaway is now. So to enter this giveaway, all you've got to do is be subscribed to my channel and then comment down your like favourite Colourpop product, or if you don't own any Colourpop, what most intrigues you about the brand. You know, is it the Super Shock shadows? Is it the lipsticks? So yeah, that's all you've got to do to be within a chance to win the 4 shadows, the little eyeshadow case, and the 2 lipsticks. Just be subscribed, comment down your favourite Colourpop item or the one you're most intrigued about. And you can also give this video a thumbs up if you wish. That'd be really great for me, that really helps me out. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching and sticking to the end of it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! Wow. Of Lippie Lips. Itchy nose. Itchy nose. This is going to be a long video. Why won't you come out? I have another nude. What is wrong with me? Oh my god. Working those chicken wings. Oh no. My one broke. Oh, this is really sad. That's a really bad swat. Oh, okay, so every time I open it, that's happening. That's happening. Oh, my bum is so numb. Not meant to give you full opacity, like then, ooh, I don't want my lips to look like a butthole. I want them to look luscious and beautiful. 12 shades, great. Oh my gosh, this is gonna take a year and a half to edit. Be Peace out. I'm hot. I need a cup of tea and a little cry because I've been filming for 3 hours.